Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, April 15th. Normally it's tax day, but not this year.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh, no taxes for us.
no taxes today. You have until July 15th this year.
Okay, so here it is, the middle of April, and I felt a little self-conscious about putting my turtleneck on. I was like, is this really called for today? But isn't that funny? Like, we must have both felt a little chill despite
It is
the middle
funny.
of April. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been like yesterday, we both showed up in stripes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so weird.
It is kind of funny how we are rolling.
We're syncing up in these videos.
We are. So it goes to show you don't have to be together in person to be connected.
Yes.
We are connecting on other levels, right? Like we are still together,
yes.
Even if I can't touch you.
We are.
I have iced decaf this morning. What are you drinking, Anna?
I'm just finishing off I'm really mixing up a black tea. A black tea with a little hemp milk.
Oh.
Hemp milk.
Is that nutty? Kind of?
No, you can't really taste its nuttiness, but what's nice about hemp milk, for those of us, drinking alternatives to dairy, is it's a little creamier. So like if you put almond milk in there, it's just like skim milk.
Yeah.
It doesn't cream it, but hemp milk is
creamy. You know what I've also found, just for those of you who drink alternative dairy sources, cashew milk is really creamy.
It is. And so is oat milk.
Oh, okay.
Oat milk is amazing. It's very high in calories, but it's so good.
So I will drink like a cashew almond blend often. And the cashew just makes it a little creamier and yummier.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to everybody. Thank you for joining us wherever you are. We hope you have a drink too, and that you're drinking your water or whatever it is that you like at this time of day.
Right. So let's jump right into the birthday girl. Her name is Elizabeth Montgomery. Now, when I read Elizabeth Montgomery, I had no idea who that was, and I thought, are our guests going to know who it is? And then I realized she was Samantha on Bewitched with the little nose thing. It would make that noise. So yeah, there she is. Some of you might recognize her by that bigger photo over on the right. That's who I remember her as. And so she was born on this day in 1933, and she died at the age of 62. In 1995, so she died very young.
That's so young.
Isn't that so young?
What a shame.
She was most popular for her role on Bewitched, which was from 1964 to 1972. So 8 years that show was running. So clearly, I saw that as reruns because I was not even born when the show was actively on the TV.
Yeah.
She was the daughter of Robert Montgomery, who was a major film star in the 30s and 40s. So I don't know if any of you know who her father was, Robert Montgomery. It doesn't go into anything about him because, well, it's not his birthday, but that was her father, right? She gets all the recognition today. And she was also in some movies. One was The Court Martial of Billy Mitchell. That was in 1955. I don't know if any of you ever saw that movie. The Court Martial of Billy Mitchell. And then she was also in Johnny Cool in 1963. And then the last one was Who's Been Sleeping in My Bed in 1963, and that was with Dean Martin. That sounds like the Three Bears, right? Who's been sleeping in my bed? Who's been sleeping in my chair? Yes. I'm like, but then she became really famous and got her big break with the show Bewitched in 1964. She was married 4 times and had 3 children. So that's a little bit about old Elizabeth Montgomery. And she is famous, well, not famous. She is famous, but she's not famous for what she said. But this is what they thought was quote worthy. The minute someone says, oh God, you could never do that, you can't get that kind of stuff on air, that's the kind of stuff I want to do. So that's interesting. So she really thought when people would say, you can never do that on TV, that was when she thought, that's what I want to do then.
She liked to change.
Yeah, she wanted a challenge.
Mm.
So anyway, I wish her a happy birthday because I remember as a kid loving that show. And thinking she was just so cool how she would do the spells in her nose. I don't know how they did that, but her nose would do that, right? And it would make that little ding-a-ling sound. And
it was so sweet, like the whole idea of magic, not as scary, but to have magic like as fun and cute, like
right?
yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to twitch my nose how she did it. And I mean, really, I don't think animation could have made it happen back then. I think she must have just had some funny skill to. Can you guys twitch your noses? Like I can twitch my mouth, but not my nose.
Yeah, I can't do it, no. And I'm sorry that any of you even had to watch me try.
So I'm like, nope, my nose isn't moving. Sorry, guys.
All right, so that was Elizabeth Montgomery. We have, and I just queued this up, Julianne.
Okay.
What year was it that this Bach song premiered?
Oh, no. 1729.
Okay.
That was just a few years ago.
All right. So
almost 300.
We'll play a piece of the St. Matthew Passion because we know there are several of you who enjoy classical music. Here we go. Oh.
That was really beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And to think that it's like 300 years old, right? That was music, some of the original music that we can still hear, right? That has been written out for people to play.
And so we've been talking with some of you about making music lists so that when we reopen that we can have song lists for everybody. And so if you like that piece, that was just like a small piece of the St. Matthew's Passion by Bach. So you can go and listen to it again and just, continue to make notes of things. Like if you hear them here, like, oh, I liked that. Yesterday we played Midnight in Moscow. So if you ever hear anything like you like, just make a note of it so that we know.
Yes. Good point, Anna.
Yes.
Right. In 1912, the fourth dimension is referred to as time by Albert Einstein.
Wow.
Mm.
That's really cool. Oh my God.
That is really cool.
That was really, Dick Golly would love that information.
Right?
Nice little deep talk about time.
Right.
Fourth dimension.
Mm-hmm. this next tidbit I'm excited about. In 1923, insulin became available for use by people with diabetes. And that is pretty crazy to think that it was not until 1923 that they had, and they would extract it from pigs. That's how they originally had the insulin. They would take the insulin from the pigs. They would do whatever they did to it so that it could be given to people.
Yes.
And so to think that before that, there was no insulin, right? So people who had diabetes were really struggling, and that really revolutionized the way we managed care for people with diabetes. And, you know, to think that even now when we have pumps and all of these automatic things for people to just have the pump set up on them so they're always getting the insulin, it's pretty crazy to think that it's only been not even 100 years and how far we've come in managing diabetes in that time.
And may all people who need insulin have access to insulin in an affordable way, in a way that is equitable.
Right.
So, okay, so this next song that Julianne is going to play for us premiered in 1950. And Julianne and I listened to it ahead of time because we had no clue. And we thought, so we're very interested to hear if any of you will recognize this song by Eileen Barton. I'm not going to say the name of it. Let's just play it and let
Okay. Okay, here we go.
Love is alive.
Sorry. How many of you know that song?
really fun.
It is a fun song.
So, okay, wait a minute. So if I knew you were coming out of Bake to Cake, if that's something about a letter, like I would have gotten
I'd have hired a band.
A band.
I'd have hired a band. So she would have planned this big party if she'd known this person was coming.
Oh my
God. I knew you were coming out of Bake to Cake. I'd have hired a band out of fun song.
So fun. And then with the big band, that's a really great one.
And I'm guessing you guys know this song because it was the #1 song in 1950 on this day.
Okay. And Julianne was telling us about how her daughter, Chloe, that many of you know because she's been, she's danced with us with Jean Limmer, and she's also done some slideshows with us. She's been making song lists based on the songs that she hears us playing. So she's been hearing some of these older songs that we've been playing with you all. And so now she's got like this playlist of older songs. So now I want to put that song on a playlist for me. If I knew you were coming out of Bake to Cake. That song is jaunty.
Yeah, it was,
Really?
She said that last night. And I'm glad you brought that up, Anna. Yeah, last night she said, listening to your coffee talks, I've created an like an older song type of playlist, and she starts playing these songs, and it was Sarah, and I was like, and then she played another one that we played, and I was like, all right, like she's got this, we've got a playlist.
See, isn't that sweet to know? So these coffee talks are influencing lots of people. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
many hearts are being lifted.
Mm-hmm.
So here in 1955, McDonald's opened its first franchise in Illinois on this day. Oh my gosh. I remember when I was young and I would see the signs on the McDonald's, like whatever it was, 1 million served, and how they were going up. My eyes like watching it as a teenager. And then it just became so huge because they're all over the place. Like like they don't even keep track anymore.
Right, over billion. It says billions or something like that.
It's got to be the largest franchise in the world.
Do you know, any of you, I remember hearing as a teenager that the McDonald's were started by brothers that were from New Hampshire. And I'm curious if that is true. If any of you know that, if the original McDonald's I had always heard was like in Portsmouth or somewhere down that way, and that the brothers who started it were from New Hampshire. And I'm curious if anyone knows if that is true. I always took it as true. Or if that's just a rumor. So if you know that, please let us know. Because I want to know.
Okay. So what you're proposing then, Julianne, is that the first regular one was here in New Hampshire. And
Correct.
Then the franchise, it was in Illinois.
Right.
That's a long way to open a franchise. But you know what? It's totally possible. People outside the box thinkers, someone came to New Hampshire on a visit and they were like, ooh, this is a great restaurant. I'm going back home and I want to open up a franchise. Totally possible.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting to know.
It would be.
1971, the 43rd Academy Awards, Glenda Jackson won for Best Actress in Women in Love. And then George Scott won Best Actor for Patton, which was also the Best Picture of that year. So I don't know if any of you saw the movie Patton, and if you liked it. What was it about?
General.
That's what I wondered. I was like, is that a military movie?
Yeah.
Maybe some of our veterans would know that if they follow and watch those types of movies, and you could tell us.
Because Patton, I've never heard of Women in Love.
No, me neither.
Okay.
1972, the #1 hit was Roberta Flack.
Here we go. We ready?
Yes.
We'll play a little bit of this one. We played "Killing Me Softly" a couple weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah.
So here, this is her other big hit.
Just want to remind you guys, I was just sitting like this for a second and thought, whoa, my posture. So remember to keep your shoulders back, sitting up straight, right? It helps with your back so that you don't have pain.
And core. Best song to play for this kind of, because it's such a quiet, it's really beautiful. I mean, the first time I ever saw your face, like I thought the moon and the stars were from your face were like a gift to the darkness.
Oh,
we're just, I recommend it. If you like these lovey, sweet songs, listen to The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face by Roberta Flack.
1983. I have no idea we had a Disneyland in Tokyo.
Yeah.
So in 1983, on this day, Disneyland in Tokyo opened to the public.
Yes.
I had no idea.
Even though like I didn't like it, I didn't know, I'm not surprised somehow. Like, oh yeah, sure, there's a Disneyland in Japan.
I wonder if there are Disneylands elsewhere. I mean, I know there's one in California, obviously.
Right.
But I wonder if there are in other countries as well.
Oh.
If you know, if you've been to one,
Let us
let us
know.
know. Yeah.
So how about, can I do the rhyming riddle?
Oh, of course.
Okay. So today's rhyming riddles, all the answers rhyme with the word rain. Okay, so they all rhyme with rain. So discomfort. If you're feeling discomfort, what's the word that describes that rhymes with rain?
Oh, my aching back. It hurts.
You must be in so much
Pain.
Oh, yes. Very good. All right. Ooh, this is a good one. Again, it rhymes with the word rain. Your rule as a monarch. So if you are a king or a queen, if you're a king or a queen and you're ruling, you're the epoch of time, the era of your rule is called your.
Is it the same word it's supposed to rhyme with, just spelled differently?
Yes, it's another homonym.
So I'm like, isn't that your reign? Okay, R-E-I-G-N though, correct?
Yeah, were we doing homonyms yesterday or was it the day before?
Yeah, yesterday we were talking about homonyms.
Oh, these are so fun. I love homonyms. Okay. And then finally, a word that rhymes with rain that describes a lifting machine. So you're going to see them out doing road work or construction. They're there with a backhoe. So lifting machine that rhymes with rain. Or, and also, let's also say this, there is a bird, a seabird that also has this. Julianne.
A crane.
Crane.
All right.
Do you want to do the joke?
No. Do you want to do the joke?
Oh my God. Julianne has good taste. And so she'll sometimes say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do the birthday of Hugh Hefner. I'm not going to do this politically incorrect joke. All right, we're just going to tell people the joke, like, because it's so weird. I'll say it out loud. What do you call a Mexican who has lost his car? Carlos.
Yeah.
It's a terrible joke.
It's a terrible joke.
It's not even funny. It doesn't really make sense, and it's totally politically incorrect.
Right. It is funny though, Anna, that you're like, Julianne, what?
Nope.
Want to do? No, I don't want to do it. Well, that's all right. That's all we have today, guys.
But it's not.
But it is Wednesday.
Yes.
So that means we'll see you on Zoom at 1 o'clock.
We look forward to it.
Sorry, what was that?
We look forward to it.
Oh, yes, we do. So make sure you keep staying hydrated. If you can, get out and walk around a little bit between now and when we get together again.
Yes.
Remember, if you are going out and about and you are not at home, the CDC is now recommending we wear masks. I am very fortunate that I have a friend who made me some masks out of cloth, and I'll show you it up close. This is the kind that you might see in a hospital that when you put it on, you can pull it and it goes over your nose and your mouth.
Yeah.
Like this. And so some of you are kind of crafty. You can do that. She also sent some the other day that have a different makeup, and they kind of go like this. Whoop, sorry. And this was supposed to be on the bottom, but it goes like that. So you have another option. So I do want to say that if you don't have a mask and you can't make a mask, because I couldn't make one, and if I didn't have a friend who made those for me, I would be using either a handkerchief or a scarf or something that I could kind of just go out in public and pull up over a piece of fabric that's up and over, okay? So there are ways, but I'm gonna say the best thing for you to be is at home. If you can pick up a prescription through the drive-through, that is ideal. A lot of the places will, if you call, they will go and get you a couple of vitamins or some over-the-counter things as well and have that for you when you pick up your prescription, especially if you call them and you explain to them that you are older and that it's in your best interest not to go in the store. They will do that for you. And so I just want to make sure that you're all staying well and healthy and safe. And so that was my words of wisdom for you for today, to please make sure if you have to be out, which I hope none of you have to be, but if you do have to be, that you are taking those precautions and that you are wearing a mask over your face when you are in the area of other people. Okay. So we will see you at 1 o'clock. I hope you all have a great day, and thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.